Welcome back, guys and girls. Honestly, mostly guys, girls, where are you at? Just subscribe. We're doing nice things on this channel, and I tell funny jokes as well. Really, trust me. We are going on with our journey to $1 million in public. I'm gonna get this, or I'm gonna fail right in front of you. And in the process, highlight things that work, things that made me more money, things that you can use to add on to your wealth as well. I don't have a course to sell you. As always, no Discord memberships. Just an average guy trying to build wealth. Recapping where we left off, we were at $250,000 or thereabouts. And this week, some interesting things happened, each of which I'll be detailing in this video. If you're only interested in the numbers, I'll leave a timestamp. You can skip ahead. I understand that. The first thing that happened was I got paid hundreds of dollars for doing nothing. Yes, I got paid dividends to the tune of more than $500. I link all the proof here. I got paid so many times I wanted to jump out the window in excitement and scream dividends, dividends, dividends as I fall down. Dividends are easy to understand. Every company has sales and they also have costs. For example, if you like Pepsi, you know that they're putting a ton of sugar in your Pepsi. They have to pay for that sugar, but then they get to sell it to you and make a profit. Now with this profit, they can do one of two things. They can either reinvest it back into the business or give it out to the shareholders. This is where we as dividend investors come in. If you're a dividend investor, an investor in these companies, you get paid these profit payments. I mentioned Pepsi, they pay dividend. Google pays dividend. Microsoft pays dividend. Literally any company that you can think of, most companies that you can think of, pay a dividend. And I protect myself from bankruptcies and individual companies by only investing in ETFs or exchange traded funds. These funds hold a basket of companies. Let's take this example, the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in the United States of America. Vanguard is a popular ETF provider and I invest in VFV. Look at this dividend amount. I want you to pay close attention. These dividend amounts have been going up as time goes on, actually doubling, sometimes increasing by more than 50% depending on the type of ETF that you invest in. That means essentially, if you invested in VFV in 2014, 2015, you gave yourself a 6-7% raise as time went on. Doesn't it feel nice to get promoted at your job? Why not get promoted by investing in dividends, investing in ETFs, and taking advantage of already successful existing businesses? Attach yourself to these capitalists and you'll also benefit. If you believe that America is never gonna be rescued from the doom of capitalism, you should be investing in ETFs. You should be growing your wealth in the stock market as well. Healthcare, education, all those things don't matter as long as the S&P 500 keeps on going up. I also invest in the Canadian version of the S&P 500, the TSX 60, through this ETF BDY. This has a good yield of around 4%, plus the stock growth is also good at around 15% for the year. If you don't know how to get started in dividend investing, just search the name of your country plus dividend investing and you'll get a ton of ETFs that you can invest in, a ton of companies. As always with the stock market, you'll be taking on some risk, but look at the long-term potential. I'll pull up this chart again. I love this chart. This is my favorite chart. My favorite chart of all time. The S&P 500 is up 10% on average for the last 35 or 40 years. That's all I can say. Now, since I am more of a seasoned investor, I also invest in covered call ETFs. Don't be alarmed. This is nothing too complicated. Essentially, this is an option strategy whereby the ETF writer sacrifices some long-term potential growth to give you that income now by using a strategy called covered calls. I like this ETF, HYLD. This tracks pretty much the S&P 500, HDIV, which tracks the TSX 60, QQCL, and USCL, which also track American indices. I don't recommend covered call ETFs with a large percentage of your portfolio, but I do invest in them because they boost my income up, allow my portfolio to grow, while giving me the motivation to keep on investing. I want to put a disclaimer out there. My portfolio is purely almost growth focused, but seeing these dividends worth hundreds of dollars come into my account is just so satisfying and just lets me keep pumping money without a second thought. Random side note, if I wanted to, I could retire in Thailand and rent this house for a cool $500. Granted, I would starve and would need to figure out how to eat food and survive and sustain my muscles, my extremely toned body. But at the same time, it is fulfilling to know that there's some place in the world out there where I can go and relax for a while, if in case I do want to. That is the power of dividends and the power of investing in general and the power of financial freedom. Speaking of investing, my portfolio actually went up as well. not to tens of thousands of dollars, but just enough to give me that boost and drive me closer to that $1 million milestone. Does this stock market performance scare me? It's too high or it's too low? Why is it tanking? Why is it going up? Why is it sideways? Am I pulling all of my money out of the stock market? You got it wrong. I'm going all in, baby. I'm pumping more money into the stock market, as much money as I can afford. I bought the S&P 500, I bought the NASDAQ 100, I bought the TSX 60, I bought more covered call ETFs. I strongly believe for an average person like me, the stock market is the true ticket to financial freedom. You have to keep on building your investments, you have to keep on building your portfolio and assets, because that is the only thing that's gonna buy back your time and allow you to express yourself the way you want in terms of the output you have. Whether that be a new business, a job that you really like, for example, teaching, or just traveling, whatever it is, you'll be able to do it if you keep on investing and keep on chugging money in the stock market. Hopefully. I mean, that's my thesis. Now I realize it might not happen. Just kidding. It's gonna happen. Yes. It is. Investing alone is not going to lead me to this $1 million mark. I have to try out businesses. I have to take on risk, which is why I'm going to cover my freelancing business as well. It actually did generate me money this week, which is exceptional. Thumbs up. This has been topsy-turvy, but that is the nature of business. Some weeks you're going to do really well, some weeks you're not. But this week, my business generated me money that I pumped into the market. Actually, what is a freelancing business and how can you set up one of your own? A freelancing business is whereby you provide services to clients in things that you're good at. If you're not good at anything, I'll link down things in the description, things that Upwork, a really big freelancing platform, says that are easy for beginners to get into. Just look at these things. They don't require a degree. They don't require decades of experience. Most of them just require these 3 things that I'm about to tell you right now. The first thing is actually getting started. Actually registering an account on Fiverr.com, on Upwork.com. I use Fiverr, so let's use Fiverr as an example. Get your name, get your email, and get a category. Get whatever category you're interested in, whatever you think you can be good at. And then look at what popular creators in your niche are doing. For example, if you like writing, look at what writers are doing. Writers that are actually getting orders. Because these are things that work on Fiverr.com. Just take inspiration from them, put your own twist to it, make your gigs, which are the services you'll be selling, and put up an appealing picture. That is step 1. Just get started. Don't even worry about anything. Don't worry about getting orders. Don't worry about making millions of dollars as these fake online gurus want you to believe. Just make an account and don't worry about it, right? The second step in how you'll actually get orders and how I got my orders is pricing low. And I mean the lowest possible at $5. This is important because as a freelancer, you are in a very saturated space. You need to get that social proof, those reviews, before you can start jacking up the price to hundreds of dollars. Now I'm able to price above $40, $45, even sometimes $55 an hour, depending on the month, because I got those reviews. And the third thing, and the most important thing, and I really want you to focus on this, is being patient. Rome was not built in a day, or was it Athens? Well, one of those cities was not built in a day. Maybe the other one was, who knows? But you need to stay patient and you need to let your gig do its thing. Get those orders, get those reviews, give yourself 6 months to a year to actually get a decent clientele, and then you'll see the benefits from freelancing. This is not going to be a get-rich-quick scheme. I don't lie on this channel, and I'm not going to lie to you. It is going to be tough. I've been doing this for a year now, and I've noticed that it doesn't matter how good your gig is. You have to stay patient. You have to let Fiverr, Upwork, and these websites push you out there. Get started. If you have questions, just reach out to me. I'll reply to you. I promise. Just promise yourself you'll give yourself time, because I know you can do it. The third thing that helped me get to this $1 million milestone is user research. I've talked about this extensively on this channel, and it continues to be an excellent way for me to make money. What is user research? It is simply a process whereby companies reach out to you to get your opinions on products and services. Let's look at me as an example. I have a banking application and banks want my money. A bank might reach out to a company to gather people's opinions that have similar banking products. Those companies reach out to me, I give them my feedback, and I end up making cha-ching. There's many websites out there. The 3 that I like the most are usertesting.com, userinterviews.com, and Prolific. I'll leave links in the description down below, but it's essential to know how to succeed on this platform. The first thing, it goes without saying, is making an account. Yes, signing up. And after that, giving them accurate information about yourself, including, for example, the industry you operate in, the devices you have access to, the fields you have an interest in, because based on that, they'll give you access to a bunch of surveys. I'm going to use user testing as an example. As you can see, if you scroll through the website after filling out your information, they'll give you a lot of surveys ranging from $4 all the way to $90 sometimes. Keep in mind, the average survey is $10 and takes you around 15 minutes to complete for an hourly rate of $30 per hour, which is excellent in this economy. It's more than a lot of real jobs pay you for leaving your house. You're doing this on your bed, sleeping. So it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. Prolific pays lesser, but you can do these surveys much quicker. User interviews pays more, but also takes longer. The only thing with the surveys that pay the most is that you'll have to speak to an actual person. Don't worry, this is not a job interview. They're not looking to hire you. They're not looking to criticize you. They're looking for your honest feedback because that is what's going to help them improve their product. All they want is your opinion. It is very simple. Everybody's very friendly and nice, at least so far, and you get paid hundreds of dollars at the end of it. For example, this one survey paid me $250 for doing nothing. For literally yapping for 80 minutes. That's more than $100 per hour. What job pays you more than that? My actual job doesn't pay me $100 an hour. I wish it did, but it doesn't. This is all I want. I don't want to be a millionaire through surveys. That is not going to happen, but I do understand how compounding works. I buy this S&P 500 ETF via fee every single week. I've covered this extensively, and I'll leave proof of me actually buying it because I do. I don't know why you wouldn't believe me, but I do buy it. Trust me. I also buy the Canadian market in VDY. Let's assume I'm able to build a side hustle income of $8,000, which is excellent. And that is my goal for this year and the next year as well. Just keep on building this side hustle income. If I pour this into the stock market at an average return of 10% with a dividend yield of 2%, I would have more than $200,000 at the end of 10 years simply from my side hustle, which is incredible. So that's a lot of talking. What is the final number for this week? This week we inch closer to $1 million. We are more than $250 million. $250,000. $250 million would be great. I would stop making these videos and just read books all the time, honestly. We're gonna keep on building, keep on pumping money, and keep on finding more ways to make money online and in person as well, which is going to be the focus of next week's video. A slight teaser, I guess. As always, subscribe, like if you enjoyed this video. We're going to keep on pumping. We're going to keep on being realistic and showcasing how a real journey to wealth looks like. No courses, no Discord communities, no Labubus, unfortunately, no hypebeast clothing, no Stussy or Stussy, however the hell you say it. Just real progress towards wealth. I'll see you next week.